Welcome back to episode 3 of Hawkward. Today we're here with
Jack.
And today we're going to be talking about an awkward experience that he had in Lifetime Wellness that I think many people can relate to.
So I was in Lifetime Wellness and we were playing kickball, and the guy rolled the ball out to the person who was kicking it, and when he kicked it, it hit me in the face with the ball, hit my nose. And like when you get hit in the nose with the ball, your eyes start to tear up in water, so it looks like you're crying, but you're actually not. But it looked like I was crying to other people, so that's my awkward moment.
That must have hurt. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel very embarrassed because I was around all those people, now saw me get hit in the face, and it made it look like I was crying.
That must have been very embarrassing for you, but I think many students can relate to that. So, if you could go back and change one moment from that day, what would you change personally?
I probably would have tried to play it off better so it didn't look like I was crying, but I also would have been definitely trying to be more aware of my surroundings next time so it doesn't happen again.
I personally can relate to this also because one day in 8th grade, it was the last day of school, and I had all my friends around me, and we were all on the same dodgeball team, and I got hit in the face by a dodgeball, and everybody started laughing at me. But at the end of the day, I knew it was all just funny games between me and my friends, and I knew not to take it too deep as a joke. Looking back on it today, I think it was a very funny experience, and looking back on it now, I see that it wasn't as embarrassing as it was funny. I talk to my friends about it all the time, and they always laugh, and they laugh with me instead of at me, and yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that as well. Now that I'm looking back at it, it wasn't embarrassing as I thought, and it was more funny than it was embarrassing.
I think that these experiences can relate to many students at Hardin Valley, but not just at Hardin Valley. I think that everybody gets embarrassed sometimes, and looking back on it later in life, it's more funny than embarrassing. All over the country, I think students do this.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Not just students all over the world, but people as well.
Well, I think that's going to conclude episode 3 of Hawkward, and we will be back shortly with another episode and new people on the podcast. I would like to thank Jack Holmreed for being on the podcast today.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be on the podcast and the opportunity to be here.
Of course. And thank you for being here. Really enjoyed having you, and I think that will end episode 3 of Hawkward. And we will be back shortly with a new person to have on the podcast to talk about weird experiences that they've had at school.